Sprinkles if you got them. Jack's Donuts. Find a location near you. Now.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. His land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Craving comfort, fresh food made from scratch daily? Check out Aspen Creek Grill. Located across from Hamilton Town Center and beside the Holiday Inn, we offer family farm-raised premium Black Agnes steaks hand-cut daily, creamy pastas, salmon chicken, and fall-off-the-bone ribs. Start with our famous powwow shrimp appetizer, and don't miss our refreshing drinks. Family-friendly or a great night out with friends. Aspen Creek Grill. Aspen Creek Grill, Noblesville. Call 317-559-3300.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Wanted was to feel loved. He said he loved me. My friends told me it wasn't a big deal. They thought he was so cool, but they didn't know what he wanted me to do.
All I ever wanted was to feel loved. You have no idea the kind of pressure I felt to take things to the next level. Things were moving so fast. I was basically the only person in the freshman class who hadn't done it yet. So, we did.
I loved him.
I thought she loved me.
My health class had CPR at school. I stayed after class to talk with the instructor about it. They showed me that it didn't have to be that way.
They showed me that I get to make my own choices.
There is another way.
That's the best thing CPR gives you. Another way. A better way.
A healthy way. Sometimes you don't see it because you're in your own world, but they don't make you feel bad. They talk to you like a real person, and they save kids from really unhealthy decisions. They tell the truth, and they know what they're talking about. So yeah, my life was different. I started to choose the better way.
I honestly don't know where I'd be or what I'd be doing had it not been for CPR.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time. To pure spirits, to pure sports. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
After the Marine Corps, I was diagnosed with PTSD and became homeless for 15 years. Like a hermit living on the street, I just existed. I came to Wheeler Mission. Wheeler operates on a culture of kindness. Going through their programs reminded me that my meaning in life is to serve God. God set me free from anxiety and depression. Before Wheeler, I just existed, but today I live.
Sprinkles if you got them. Jack's Donuts, find a location near you, now.
Hey conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
We're trying to hear. Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
My kid heard that solo!
You see my kid?
Yeah!
Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Covenant Christian High School and IndianaSRN girls basketball for a Tuesday night. Tonight, it's Heritage Christian coming in at 5-2, Covenant Christian at 3-6. Tonight's game brought to you in part by IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences. Begin your journey today. By the Morales Group, building better futures one story at a time. Bertner Electric, serving greater Indianapolis and the surrounding counties. Piper Logistics, from warehousing to transportation, we do it all. And by Reynolds Farm Equipment, serving our customers and the community since 1955. Troy Derengowski, Coach Al Weems with you here tonight for a matchup of these two schools that are looking to pick up a win on a Tuesday night. Great to have you with us as always. And Al, good to meet you, sir. Good to have you on the broadcast here tonight. Looking forward to an interesting ball game here this evening.
Hey, listen, I'm real happy to be here. It's a pleasure to be with a real professional, Troy.
Did he step in earlier or what?
No, both of these programs have had a strong history. Heritage Christian is probably as a good girls basketball history as anybody in the state of Indiana, and Covenant Christian has had their time just in the last 4 or 5 years. So, we're looking forward to a good ball game between two Christian schools.
Well, this Heritage Christian team, they have lost their last two, so I'm sure they're looking to get back on the winning side of things here tonight, and they've got one of the better players in the state of Indiana in Maya Davis, but she also has quite a supporting cast. Talk about what you see in this Eagles basketball team.
Well, they do have some pretty good balance. They've got Jocelyn Marshall that averages 11 points a game, and then a couple of kids that also average around 5 to 6 points a game. Heritage Christian as a whole averages around 65 points a game. That's a lot of points. Now, they are going to be missing one starter tonight in Corinne Marshall. So Yantu Jones, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, is stepping in to replace Corinne tonight.
And that's about 16 points a game losing her, isn't it?
It is. It makes Cassie have to make some adjustments.
Yeah, no doubt about it. What makes Maya Davis so special? When you look at her numbers across the board, there really isn't a weakness. When you look at her game, she can shoot from the field, she can shoot from three, she rebounds well, and of course scores points.
She is an incredible athlete as well. And I was the coach at GCA, Greenwood Christian Academy, and we played them last year. And Maya made me a believer. she's a really good player.
Yeah, well, at 23.3 points per game. And by the way, she will pass the basketball as well, averaging just a little over 4 assists per game. Now, they lost their last 2 games. We mentioned the last contest they played at West Lafayette, lost that one 77-58. I'm not sure if Corinne Marshall played in that game or not. It would probably be pretty understandable if she didn't play it that they lost up there. But still, a team that's lost 2 needs to get back on the winning side of things here tonight.
Well, West Lafayette's awful good.
Yeah.
I think they're sitting there about 10-1 or something like that. And, so, I mean, if there's a such thing as a loss that's not a bad loss, that would be one of those. And, let's face it, they still start. I'm looking at 2 sophomores in their starting lineup.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's a team that's got, 5 real experienced players out there at one time.
And you talk about their heritage. Boy, no doubt about it. When you go to their gym, look at all those championship banners that they have in there. So they always play, I guess, a little bit under pressure when you're at Heritage Christian. Now, Covenant comes in at 3-6. They got off to an okay start, but they've now lost 4 out of their last 5. They're having a difficult time putting some points on the board, but they're going to have to find a way to do it tonight if they're going to beat this Heritage team.
Well, I think the best way for them to be able to do it is get the ball into Ella Crane.
Yeah.
I mean, she's very, very solid player. Always plays under control, and I'll tell you what, if she gets it inside, she finishes.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But she's going to have some help tonight. Who else do you look in this lineup here this evening that will give her some help?
Well, I like Madeline Freeth. She's a really solid player. Their point guard, the one I really liked, if I've got the number right, is number 10, Avery Reichert.
Yeah,
a real solid ball handler. And one of the things I noticed with Covenant, I saw them play a couple weeks ago. They do put some pretty good defensive pressure on.
Yeah,
I think that'll be really important tonight as well.
We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back as we talk more about these 2 teams. It's Heritage Christian and Covenant Christian. More coming up right here on IndianaSRN. Back once again here at Covenant Christian. Troy Darengowski, Al Weems. We're only moments away from the tip-off here tonight. Let's talk about keys to this one. When you look at these two teams, both trying to get back on the winning side of things, it's going to be the bottom line for both these teams.
Well, I know Heritage wants to get out and run.
Okay.
If they can push the ball every trip down, they're going to do that. What Covenant will have to do is not get caught up into that, because I think Covenant's going to have to play more of a control game and try to maybe slow Heritage Christian down at the same time. Either way, both teams have got to be able to win the board battle.
Yeah, no doubt about it. As you see, it'll be Heritage Christian in their traveling black, and of course we'll see Covenant Christian in their home white. See if we get an opportunity at some point tonight. We'll check out the latest Indiana girls basketball polls. They have come out for another week, and believe it or not, we're getting very close to about the halfway point of the girls' season. And so it's going to be really fun to watch these teams as we get down the backstretch and into a lot of holiday tournaments that will be coming up. And then by the time we get into January, we're only about a month away from thinking about the tournament, aren't we?
Oh, I'll tell you, as a high school basketball coach, we always knew that once we got to January, we're in the final stretch.
Yeah.
And you wanted to be playing your best basketball in January. And if you weren't, then chances were you weren't a real happy coach.
Yeah, and if you don't have it fixed by then, you may not get it fixed at all, right?
That's exactly right. And at that point in time, you're starting to try to, draw a rabbit out of a hat and try to figure out what the heck you need to do to get it on par. So anyway.
And of course, all the fans are thinking you're the magician, so you ought to be able to pull that rabbit out of the hat.
I'm not sure our fans thought that about me.
We're waiting again for both teams to get their starting lineups ready to go. The tip-off is coming up in just a couple of moments. We'll take a timeout, be back with that tip-off and the starting lineups next right here on IndianaSRN.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. His land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Back here once again at Covenant Christian High School, the starters being announced for Heritage Christian. Let's go to our public address announcer for the starters tonight for Covenant Christian.
Number 3, sophomore Julia Hoffman. Number 10, sophomore Number 14, senior Mia Gamble. Number 22, junior Lila Maddox. And number 40, senior Ella Gray.
So there are your starters for the Covenant Christian Warriors tonight. Crane, Hoffman, Reichert, along with Gamble and Maddock. And other than Coach, you see Ella Crane at about 5'11". There's not a whole lot of size in that lineup.
And Ella's 5'11" might be stretching it just a little. No, Heritage definitely has a size advantage. And Heritage is very, very physically strong as well.
As you see the two players who will jump it up, that's Casey Frost, a 5'10 sophomore, and on the other side, as we mentioned, Ella Crane. So we're ready to get this one underway. Great to have you with us here tonight. A lot of games being played on this Tuesday night, and the tip will be one. It'll be Covenant Christian basketball. And you will see the Heritage Christian team jump out in a man-to-man. That one's off the glass and good, a three-pointer.
That's a good start for Covenant.
Looked like that might have been number 10, Reichert, who hit that three.
I believe you're right.
So you see Covenant opening up in a man-to-man, and there's your first turnover of the ball game for Heritage Christian. So an early 3-0 lead for Covenant. We're just underway. And this is more of a 2-3 zone almost right there, isn't it?
Yeah, that's not a man-to-man.
And so that'll be a turnover there for Covenant. Back the other way we go. And the three on the way is going to be missed by Jocelyn Marshall.
And
they're one and done.
Heritage will do that all night. If they get a quick three, they'll put it up. And they'll do it in transition as well.
That is Crane with the basketball back out. Another three is going to be missed by Reichert in the same location.
Really good block out by Jones there.
This is Davis on the drive, and she'll go to the line. And the foul's going to go against Ella Crane. That's going to be her first. And, Coach, one thing they can't lose is Ella Crane in their lineup.
No, I mean, she is such a vital part of it. And I'll tell you what, Davis made a really nice drive there. She's so quick. It's going to be hard for anybody to stay in front of her.
Averaging at 23.3 points per game. She shoots at 57% from the field as she misses the first free throw. She averages nearly 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 steals per game. So she really does it all.
That is an all-state type of stat.
She might find herself on the junior all-star team if she keeps putting up numbers like that.
Very possible. Some pressure there, hoping to get a turnover quickly. Then they drop back.
Drive in the lane.
Okay, and I think they are in man now.
Inside pass, ball loose. Retrieved there by Crane. This is Gamble. Crane, one dribble, turns, gets covered up there quickly. The kick out to Hoffman, and we've got a foul call.
It's a good drive. That's one way that Covenant can stay with them is by penetrating the ball.
Davis picks up the foul. That'll be her first, and we'll head to the free throw line for the first time tonight here for Covenant Christian. Julia Hoffman, a 5'6 sophomore. We'll also get an opportunity to see how deep these benches are eventually when this game gets to rolling along.
Yeah, it's going to be a Heritage is deep. I mean, they've got a long bench as well. And Covenant probably not quite. It's what you would expect from a 2A school.
Both free throws missed, quickly back the other way.
Nice defense.
Baseline drive, nothing there for Marshall. Quick entry pass. And they'll reset it out front. That's Marshall again.
Yeah, they're going to double down if the ball goes inside, it looks like.
Nice crossover. Little floater on the way. Good by Jocelyn Marshall.
She was impressive last year as a freshman.
Yeah. Now you can see the growth of this team even early in this ball game, but there is Ella Crane underneath.
And that's what she does best. She can just flat out finish inside.
5-3 lead. That's going to be Davis. Her floater in the lane is no good. Crane with a rebound, and here come the Warriors.
Pushing it, didn't get anything, so they pulled it out.
Baseline drive cut off there as Crane had nowhere to go.
Oh,
and
there's a foul.
10 on 10. Reichert will go to the line. The foul on Marshall.
Sometimes you just don't give official a chance to do anything but call it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that as an official. Make it obvious.
Yeah. It makes it easy, doesn't it?
Yeah. You know, it's always a 50-50, and either they like you or they don't, but if it's clear, nobody has an argument.
No, they don't.
But I'm sure as a coach, you never got on anybody, right?
Never.
No,
never.
So now they're 0-3 at the free throw line. Can they snap the streak here?
Yep.
Yes. Reichert has 4. So an early 3-point lead. Now that one nearly thrown away. Nice cut down the lane. Basket good. Maya Davis, her first bucket of the night.
A really good look. Good pass. Okay, so they're going to trap, and they got some size in the backcourt trapping.
Able to get it across the timeline is Crane. Yeah, I have a feeling they want to really apply that pressure full court a lot.
They really want to speed the game up.
Ball went out of bounds, last touched by Heritage. Got a couple of changes here for Heritage. One of those coming in is number 5, which is Natalie Kernet, 5'8" sophomore. That one will go into the backcourt, and they'll reset it from there. Coming up on the halfway mark of opening period number 1.
Okay, Heritage is definitely in a man now.
Second turnover. Crane unable to hold on to it.
There we go.
Here's a shot on the way. No good. Long rebound. Davis going for it. Loose in the lane. And it'll be Heritage basketball.
There we go. Another one.
Oh, from the top. No good. As Kernet couldn't get it to fall. Back the other way. Down court pass will find Hoffman. Shot on the way. Good.
Nice shot. You know, Heritage has hit 44 three-pointers this year in 7 games.
Wow.
So they're going to put it up, and they're going to hit quite a few.
Well, right now staying right in this game with Heritage, who is 5-2, and another turnover. They have their second. Back the other way, missing the layup. Crane gets it back, and the underneath official was ready to call it. Another miss. You saw his hand go up,
I sure did.
Here's a shot. That's going to be a 3-point attempt. No good. Hoffman couldn't get it to fall, and it eventually will go out of bounds.
And who'd they call? They're giving it to Covenant.
Tell you what, Warriors are hanging right in there, even though they're outsized a little bit here.
They really are, and they're scrapping, and they will scrap. Dan Neitz does a nice job getting him into that.
So it'll be Covenant basketball, still leading it by 3. Near turnover again by Crane. Crane a little give and go there with Hoffman. We're coming up on 3 minutes.
Crane stepped out of bounds.
Yep. So that'll be the third turnover now by Covenant Christian. 2 now by Heritage and 3 by Covenant.
Quite a few turnovers in a short period of time.
Hey, the other day I had a combined 35, so we got a little ways to go.
Oh, my.
Ball loose. Gamble tried to get that one. Here's Davis. Nice crossover.
Very nice. And she
gets the offensive rebound.
It up herself. Only an athlete can do that.
Back the other way we go. Reichert. Here's a shot on the way from 3, this time from the right wing. That's no good.
Really nice block out. Oh.
Pretty good ball handling there, huh?
Very nice ball handling.
That's going to put Marshall at the line.
Nice move by the sophomore.
She's a sophomore. Davis a junior. You have Frost, who got the start, a sophomore. You have Kernet is a sophomore. Man, they got a lot of young kids.
And if I'm not mistaken, the older Marshall is only a junior.
Yeah. So the first free throw good by Jocelyn Marshall. She's got a good length. By the way, Crane picked up her second. So mark that down at 244.
They cannot afford to be without Ella Crane for very long. And he is leaving her in the game.
Leave her in the ball game. So a big gamble already by Covenant. The drive and the miss by Hoffman. And we've got a rebounding foul. Did they get her again? No. Yeah, I was going to say, Maddox picked up the foul, and we were all breathing a sigh of relief.
Yeah, she was right there.
So is that a good gamble this early as a coach, or would you like to say, I'll tell you what, maybe I'll let her sit the rest of the first quarter?
Well, my players always automatically started towards the bench.
Okay. They knew, huh?
They knew.
Davis on the drive. Gets it back in the corner,
nice.
Shoots and hits. It'll be a 2-point bucket by Davis.
And a really nice shooting for him.
Back the other way. Nice. That shot's off the glass and missed by Reichert. Ball loose on the floor. This will be a jump ball. It'll go over to Heritage. Well, if she picks up number 3, Coach, I'm gonna ask you again. Should they have left her in? We'll wait and see.
We'll wait and see. Every coach has a different philosophy. And some of them agree with mine and some of them don't.
So now Heritage a chance to take the lead. Ball in the lane. By the way, in the ball game now is Molly Eckel.
That was not a good decision pass-wise.
So that's their third turnover. Under 2 minutes remaining. Drive in the lane. Bucket good. There's Hoffman. She has 4.
When you body up on a defensive end, you automatically end up standing up a little bit. And so then the offense has an advantage.
Yeah. Well, now Covenant leads it by 2. Davis, runner on the way. Good. Davis now with 7.
She is so good at penetrating and finishing.
And good quickness. You see that first move.
Yes, you do.
So now tied at 10. Little too much time here to hold for one, as that's another shot on the way. It's going to be missed by Hoffman, and we've got a traveling call. 4 turnovers now by Covenant. Now, I told you that I had the combined 35.
Yeah.
That was a boys' game that I had the other day. So
wow.
Yeah. So we got a little breathing room here, Coach, to get to 30.
Well, just for the sanity of the coaches, let's hope we don't.
Well, if you're Heritage right now, I don't know if it's worth going for one here, and got a foul call out front.
I don't think they will. I mean, they like to put shots up. The thing with Heritage Christian, the more possessions, the better for them.
Yeah,
okay. True. Covenant would like to limit possessions, at least in this game.
By the way, that foul called on Hoffman, that is her first. So far, Crane, the only player in foul trouble with 2, and that's going to be a moving screen by Eckel.
Well, so far, I think that Coach Wiseman has played about 8 or 9 kids already in their first quarter.
That's right. Yeah, putting a lot of players on the floor early. Pressure being put on Davis. Ooh, I was going to say that might have been a silly foul that far away from the basket.
Yeah, so anyway, she got away with 1, it looks like.
That would have been her second.
And that hurts Heritage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coach Neitz is asking him about that.
I think he's got a good argument.
It looked like it.
So here is Reichert. Crane now still playing with those 2 fouls. Drives in the lane. They turn it over for the 5th time. Here's Davis. Missed the layup. Ouch. So back the other way. Reichert quickly hurrying it in the corner. Shot on the way, no good by Freeth.
16 seconds.
Now you might go ahead and shoot for the 1 here. That should have been a travel. Drive down the lane. No.
And he was going to count that.
He was. Yeah. That's going to be Casey Frost at the line. And that's going to be number 3 on Ella Crane.
Wow. Well,
all right, I told you I was going to ask you.
You know, if she doesn't pick up number 3, it wasn't a bad gamble.
It wasn't. That's right. Free throws on the way and good.
Seriously, I mean, she has to be in the game for the most part. I mean, she can't set for very long. Otherwise, it really puts Covenant at a disadvantage. Casey Frost is a player I really like. I looking at video on her as a sophomore, she's very, very solid. Very solid.
Second free throw is on the way. Good form. They're very good at the line here tonight.
Well, they hit 73% for the season, so that's really good for high school basketball.
6 turnovers now.
Oh, my goodness.
Davis missed it. And that's going to do it for the quarter. And by the way, that was after
the shot.
And after the buzzer as well. Yeah. All right, after 1, it's Heritage leading it by 2.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
It's very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid, getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
This broadcast is copyrighted by IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, video, and audio without the express written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. All right, the big story right now is Ella Crane, 3 fouls. She's out of the ball game, so now Covenant's got to find a way to stay in this game up to halftime.
Absolutely, and coach is going to have to read how long to set her. I mean, she may not be able to set the whole second quarter.
Not a foul call or a timeout. They're actually going to say that Covenant got a timeout. They were near to throwing that one away. Want to remind you, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Industrial Sales Associates. They've been an electromechanical component manufacturer's representative for Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, Michigan, and Eastern Tennessee for many years. They say good luck to all the teams during this winter sports season. If you need more information about Industrial Sales Associates, give them a call at 317-546-1900. So get the timeout, save the possession. You saw the pressure. I know we saw some pressure earlier, Coach, from Heritage, but it seemed like they might have amped that up just a little bit in that half court.
There's no question, and I think that they've started as first quarter went on, amping up the pressure, and then I think started the second quarter, that first possession, it was the strongest I've seen yet.
And now Covenant will inbound from the baseline. Let's see what they can do offensively. As you see, again, Heritage in the man-to-man. They kind of switched it up a little bit here in the first half. A little scoop shot is short by Hoffman.
See, look at their pushing off the dribble immediately. And there,
Hoffman just picked up number 2. So now she has 2. Crane has 3. Looks like Maddox going to come into the ball game because they can't afford to lose Hoffman as well. She has a 4. Reichert has 4 points. Well, actually, they took Flat out of the game, so they're going to leave Hoffman in.
They may think they can't have both Hoffman and Crane out at the same time.
There we go. For the 3 on the way, good. That was Marshall. That's their first 3 of the night. She now has 6. And there's another turnover, number 7. This time, Davis stops and hits it off the glass.
Nice job of letting the defensive player fly by.
So after the turnover and the basket, we've got a timeout on the floor. It will be, I do believe, a full timeout. We'll take a break as well. Heritage leads it by 7.
warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Aspen Creek Grill. If you feel like treating someone special to a delicious meal, why not try Aspen Creek Grill? Next time you come in for dinner, make sure you buy some gift cards to share with your family and friends. Aspen Creek Grill has great food. They're located in Noblesville and a proud sponsor of IndianaSRN. Well, there's that full court pressure again.
They are, and they're looking to play the passing lanes and in the right spot look for a double.
In the one thing about it, you got Marshall on the top, and she's long and can really cause some problems.
When she raises those arms, it's like trying to throw over a huge, huge tree.
Yeah, she's got some long legs, long arms, and certainly very talented players. The foul will be called against Heritage. He went against number 22.
Gary, yeah.
And Gary picks up her first. Take a look at this 3. On the replay. Yeah, that was nice.
I don't think they checked her feet to see if she hit the line or not.
Good news is she got her feet set and was ready to shoot.
Again, that's just part of their game.
So now Covenant trying to find some points here, and ball loose on the floor.
Oh, there we go.
There's another jump ball, and it's going to go over to Heritage.
Coaches like that. Both teams with players on the floor.
So now we're going to keep an eye on that clock because Covenant has not scored so far. I know we're still early in this second quarter, but again, Ella Crane out with those 3 fouls.
Matter of fact, I'm not sure they've scored since she went out.
Probably haven't, yeah. I should have marked that down, huh? A good play-by-play guy would have marked that down. Nice pass inside and a foul, and that's going to put 35 at the line, Casey Frost for the second time.
Casey Frost has really nice free throw shooting for him. 2 for 2 the last time she was there. Let's see if she continues that.
Gamble picks up the foul. That's her first. And there you see Frost, a sophomore. And couldn't get the roll here. That 7-point lead you see right there is the biggest by either team here tonight.
But on top of that, I think Covenant had Heritage down 10-8.
Yes.
In case she missed both.
So good news if you're a Covenant Christian fan. And Davis going for the steal. That'll be the 9th turnover and a foul.
Couldn't tell who that was on.
We got number 11, which is Rademacher. Yep, Jenna Rademacher's in the ball game. She is wearing number 11, and we're going to go to the free throw line at 6:33 in the second. We might be shooting a lot of free throws.
Well, we have so far.
Yes, we have. By the way, Davis at the line is now 2 of 3.
She is definitely living up to what I expected to see. She's just very, very good.
She, by the way, now has 11 points here in the first half of play. And Davis almost got another steal. She has 11. Marshall 6. 2 points by Frost. And that 9-point lead starting to build here for Heritage Christian. Good job there by Covenant getting it across the timeline. Well, they're playing, as you said, in the passing lanes, getting out there, denying the basketball.
This quickness is really starting to show.
Good look at Freeth, and they throw it away. That'll be turnover number 10.
As a defense, if you're able to put pressure for 15 to 20 seconds, that's usually enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they did a great job holding that pressure for probably longer than the 20 seconds.
So Madeline Freeth is back in, the senior, trying to give them some extra help handling the basketball. Near turnover by Heritage. Driving baseline will be Marshall. Now down the lane, and a whistle out front.
Travel.
They're going to see number 5 turnover wise for Heritage Christian.
She actually had a dump off there, somebody on the block, and just didn't see it.
So now Covenant yet to score here in the second. As we said earlier, Coach had mentioned that maybe since Ella Crane came out of the ball game, there's another turnover as Davis from behind, and that'll be Hoffman's third. Coach is going to be running out of options here in a little bit.
My goodness, it's a good thing he's got several kids on the bench. Fouls can be committed. It depends on who they're by.
Right.
You know, you just have to have your best players on the floor. When you're trying to pull an upset or you're trying to play with a really good team, you can't play without your best players.
Yeah, no doubt about it. By the way, Emmy Flatt back in the lineup as Davis at the free throw line. And you were exactly right. They're shooting a lot of free throws now here in the first half.
Well, this has been a 10-minute quarter that's taken off 2.5 minutes.
Second free throw is good. That is the 12th free throw shot.
This pressure is even more now.
Yep, another turnover. Davis, runner on the way, good. And they're looking to put the dagger in this one, aren't they?
They're looking for the kill shot.
Lead is now. Don't go to that area, Coach.
Oh, my.
I know you tell your players that all the time.
We definitely don't want them to stop in that area.
No, yeah. You keep going. Do something. We've got another timeout on the floor as Heritage has built a 15-point lead.
I believe they scored 17 in a row.
That is amazing. Well, and again, it shows you that when you don't have Ella Crane in the lineup with those, that it was a gamble that they took, and it hasn't paid off, and so now they're down. Hey, take a look at this.
Yeah, I mean, that's quickness, just anticipation. You know, the other end of it is, though, at the same time, if you rest her with 2 fouls, then maybe you're out of the game quicker.
That's true.
I mean, it's really, when I've been in that position, and there's really not a good answer.
Yeah.
You just have to go with your gut, and you hope that your senior doesn't do anything to pick up a 3rd foul.
Yeah, exactly. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Ref Reps. They're designed in partnership with numerous state high school associations, helping officials hone their skills and promote unity in the officiating world. Ref Reps is for the new official and the seasoned veteran. Contact refreps.com for more information.
Another trap.
Yep. Want to get the ball back to the middle of the floor.
You'd like to. The thing, to beat any real pressure, there you go, there's a foul. To beat any real pressure, you're going to have to do it with the pass.
Yeah. Gary picks up her second, and Reichert goes to the line for the second time tonight, trying to end the scoring drought.
You know, Maya Davis has the quickness to beat a defense with her dribble.
Yeah.
Most players do not.
There's the first points on the board for Covenant. That came at 5:05 in the quarter. Yeah, if you can get the ball in her hands, you can feel a lot of confidence in that. But some players, that's not happening.
Well, I think everybody has their limitations, and it's with Covenant, they just don't have the same quickness that Heritage has.
So Heritage still leading it by 14, and a turnover this time by Davis. I didn't see who she was throwing it to. Was there anybody over there?
Her mother. I have no clue. There certainly was not another person in a black uniform there.
Davis forcing a jump ball, so the possession arrow stays with Heritage. Gamble inbounding the basketball, and they're going to get Davis for her second.
Now, a player of her quality, who's such an outstanding player, well-respected, that's just kind of a silly foul.
Yeah.
As a coach, that drives you crazy.
Yeah, that far away from the basket. Get down, play defense. If the steal comes to you, take it, but don't force it.
Yeah, you're leaning over the top of the player. Right? Sometimes, again, the official doesn't have a choice.
So Covenant trying to get their first basket now here in the quarter. The
nice drive.
Yep, there's Flat.
Very nice drive.
Well, they're down by 12.
Back in the game a little bit.
Heritage had a chance to maybe put it out of reach here in the first half, but so far that's not been the case. They're a little sloppy with the basketball.
Okay, they've gone to looks like maybe a 2-3 or 1-2. I can't tell where the players are supposed to be.
Well, Davis got the roll. Either way, they were able to score. I think it was more of a 2-3.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you'll put a lot of pressure on the point, and it offsets the 2-3 a little bit.
Gamble takes it all the way to the baseline, picks up her dribble, which is another no-no. Hold that dribble as long as you can. Under 4 minutes.
Pressure out on top. Nice pressure.
Here is Flat again. Shot the air ball. They're able to run it down, get another possession.
Heritage is doing a really good job recovering the shooters right now. Looked like a possible foul there.
Well, he went ahead and played through it. Reichert can't get it to go. Davis back the other way.
Nice
this time easily gets it with the left hand. Lead is at 16. And that's going to be another jump ball, and I know we're going that way. So you lost the possession arrow. 14 turnovers now by Covenant.
That's a few.
That's a lot. And I got to take back what I said earlier. We had a combined 35. We're getting closer now, Coach.
I'm not sure that's what both coaches have.
I don't think they wanted that in the game plan. By the way, Hazel Ritz is in now for Heritage, just a freshman. She wears number 14. Davis spots for three now, and the offensive rebound by Heritage. Somehow they got it back. And another miss.
I think we'll get a foul.
And we're going to be shooting the bonus. I do believe it's going to go against Covenant.
What's the call?
I think it must have been against Heritage, not Covenant.
He didn't. I didn't see the official look at the scores table.
I didn't either. Our officials are getting a little sloppy, Poppy. You're supposed to go over there, and the foul's going to be called against number 5, Kernet. That's her first. Free throw short by Maddock. So I'm not seeing good mechanics here, Coach. You got to get over there and give us the signals. How are we going to know what's going on? Davis.
Another three.
And Marshall short.
And then maybe if possible over the back. Oh.
Well, they're getting lots of looks.
That's a lot of shots to go up.
The last one was shot by Ritz.
Hey, that's a freshman. She's going to get whatever she can get.
That's right. Getting some valuable minutes.
Exactly.
Well, I'll tell you what, that time you had free turn. She probably could have shot it, but decided to pass it and turned it over for the 15th time.
I'll tell you what, when you're the size that Heritage has, that sometimes can force you to think twice.
Yeah. Unless you're like when Keith Myers played, he just shot no matter who was on him. And
well, I mean, there are those players.
Yeah. Nice pass underneath, bucket good. Basket will be scored there by Kernet.
Again, bumping, and officials are only going to let you do so much of that.
Yeah. Kernet picks up number 2. Lead is at 18. That is now the biggest lead. This looks like Reichert at the line.
So it was 10-8, and so now it has gone to 23-3, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's a nice run.
It really is.
Only 4 points scored so far here in this quarter by Covenant.
I think Coach Weissman has rested everybody so far except for Maya Davis.
And if I'm their coach, I don't rest her at all.
No.
There's no need for me to rest her. It looks like she's doing just fine.
I agree 100%.
Nice entry pass. The kick out. Here's another shot. One and done there. In the lineup also.
Look at that. That was nice pressure.
I'm going to mention Jones is back in the lineup now for Heritage. And another foul. This should go against Kernan. That's going to be, I believe, number 3.
Well, she's doing what Coach Weissman would like her to do, I think. She's being really aggressive. And, if you're going to pick up 3 fouls,
make it count, right?
Exactly. So she's just really aggressive. I think that's why Coach Weissman likes her.
Well, they're trying to hang in there without Ella Crane, who's obviously going to sit the rest of the half.
Well, after that initial run after she went out, I think Covenant has done a decent job of playing the basketball game. There's a little bit of an adjustment any time your key player goes out.
By the way, Reichert with those 4 free throws in the quarter.
Comes a trap.
8 points. Well, they nearly threw it away.
Nice cut, nice pass. Couldn't hit the shot.
Davis unable to finish it. Though Davis has done her part here in the second quarter for sure. Gamble.
Nice job. Great defense. Good help.
Gamble again in the lane. Jumper can't get the roll.
That's sophomore Frost handling that ball.
Yeah. In the corner.
Number 3.
Well, they're not hitting the three-pointer, I'll tell you that.
They are not. What if they hit 1 or 2?
They have hit 1 three-pointer.
That's probably one of 12 or 13.
Yeah, they shot a lot of them. So now what will Covenant do? Can they get the last shot or will they shoot quickly? The foul call, and that's going to be the freshman Ritz.
It was a nice drive.
So how about Reichert keeping them right in this game?
She's done a nice job, Coach. She's done a nice job.
Well, she has, in fact, all of her points have come at the free throw line.
She is her second leading scorer.
Yeah.
So you would hope that she could step up when Ella Crane was out of the game.
They got their first point at the 5:05 mark. Still down by 15 here in the second quarter. So Heritage with the 29.5 should get a good possession.
I will be surprised if they hold for the last shot. We'll see.
They say they want to trade 2 for 1 here if they can, or does that work in this league?
That doesn't work in this league very well. It doesn't mean they won't take a quick one if they can get it. Although they seem to be. No, there it goes.
Well, the freshman did it again.
Oh, nice pass. Very quick. Oh,
boy.
Oh, man.
No whistle there. Gamble, 3-on-2 break, and the ball's still loose. Gamble gets it back, and time's going to run out. They don't get a shot off.
Wow. That was kind of the general rule is you don't save the ball underneath your own basket. So Heritage got away with that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of contact at the other end that didn't happen for Frost. So your thoughts about the first half? It was close early, as you said. It was 10-8 Covenant, and then when Crane went out, she scored only 2 points in that first half because she had to sit because of the foul trouble, and then it kind of got away from them there. But they're hanging in there right now.
They're hanging in, and that's really a real positive because they played without Crane for a quarter and a half, basically.
Yeah.
So the fact that they are able to not lose contact in this instance is really good. That speaks to Covenant's resilience, I guess.
Well, there's no doubt about it that Davis, the star of this one here so far tonight, 21 points, of the 31 in the first half, and she even missed some shots. She missed the layup, a couple other shots she probably could have hit. I mean, she very easily could have at least 25.
Oh, she's just an outstanding player. I mean, she's going to be able to score like that against a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so as a result, I mean, when she has the ball in her hands, you know, there's those players when they have the ball in their hands, you know there's always a possibility.
Yeah.
Always. And she's one of those players.
Well, she ends up with 21, 6 points by Marshall, 2 points by Frost, and 2 by Kernet. On the other side, Avery Reichert finished with 9 points. She had 6 of those, or I should say 5 of those in the second quarter. 4 points by Hoffman, 2 points by Crane, and 2 by Flatbed. Again, Ella Crane has 3 fouls, and Hoffman with 3 fouls in the first half. Davis has 2 fouls for Heritage, and Kernet has 3 fouls as well for Heritage Christian. We're at halftime. We'll be back with the second half in a couple of moments. This is high school basketball on IndianaSRN.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
You sure you want to make that move?
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
My name is David Pfeiffer. I'm the athletic director here at Covenant Christian High School. I'm also the boys soccer coach. I've been coaching for the last 5 seasons now, and have stepped into this role of athletic director at the same time. My time here at Covenant has been amazing. I've really enjoyed the atmosphere, the environment that I've been able to be a part of as an administrator as well as a coach. Within our athletic department, we offer 18 varsity level sports, and we also have boys club volleyball as well. You look around the state, there aren't many small schools that offer all of those athletic teams, and within each of those teams we have junior varsity teams and maybe even freshman and C teams. So for our student athletes, there are lots of opportunities, regardless of what your level of experience is, to be able to get some playing time and be a part of a team. Looking back over the last few years, when I think of the success that we've seen within our athletic programs, we've had 43 student athletes, alumni, that have carried on their athletic pursuits at the next level, playing anywhere from the NAIA all the way up to Division I NCAA. And so to have that kind of number at a smaller school like this is pretty great testament of the type of student athletes that we're producing from an athletic standpoint as well. You look back too at the success of our overall teams. Over the last 25 years that Covenant has been in existence, we've won nearly 50 sectional titles, at least 10 regional titles, 5 semi-state titles, and then more recently our football team winning the 2020 1A state championship. So it's neat to see our teams being able to compete at the highest of levels and attain those accolades from a team perspective and an individual experience as well. I think what's also unique about being in a smaller school is those options and opportunities to play in multiple sports. As a former high school and collegiate athlete, I had the opportunity to play multiple sports in high school, and the opportunity to build a relationship with different teammates on different teams as well as different coaches is really unique, and I think an awesome opportunity that our student athletes have here at Covenant. Speaking of our coaches, each of our coaching staff have a personal relationship with Jesus, and their heart and their intention is to certainly help you grow as an athlete for sure, but we're also challenging to grow academically in the classroom, but also in their personal relationship with the Lord as well. So I think that's another unique thing about athletics here at Covenant Christian is this opportunity to help us pursue Christ in the midst of our academic and our athletic pursuits at the same time. At Covenant, we certainly want to provide an education-based athletic experience. So we certainly take seriously that our students are first students, right? They're student athletes, not athlete students. So from beginning to end, we want to provide accountability and a charge for you to succeed in the classroom and to be excellent stewards of the time that you have there, so that you're setting yourself up well for academics down the road as well. But we also want to compete at the highest of levels, and we want to try to equip and enable each of our student athletes to become the best version of themselves in the classroom and on the athletic contest field. So I think one of the unique things, again, about what we're trying to accomplish is this whole person development, right? We're challenging you to grow in the classroom, we're challenging you to compete at the highest level, and we're challenging you again to grow in your personal relationship with Jesus Christ as well.
Hey conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks. Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes.
Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid earned that solo!
You saying I did?
Yeah,
Come on!
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Welcome back once again to Covenant Christian High School. Your halftime score, you see it right there, 31-17. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Tam's Sweet and Savory Cafe. A new spot for breakfast, open for lunch as well, Wednesday through Sunday. Make sure you try their classic breakfast as well as their sweet baked goods. And don't forget, Coach recommends the Sloppy Joes with extra pickles. He always wants extra. Last time it was extra mayo, now it's extra pickles. And by the way, he doesn't want to pay for the extra. He just wants it. But they're located in Lawrence, and if you want to check Tam's out, they're at 6427 Oaklandon Road. Their carry out, if you need more information on that, 317-760-1640. All right, if you're going to get back into this, we know that Ella Crane is going to be back in. Now the question is, if she does pick up number 4, and if I'm Heritage, I'm going to go after her right away. Do you leave her, or do you say, can we save her and then try to chip away? It's a tough call.
I think in this instance, you're down by 14, and I'm going to give Covenant some credit here. It's pretty easy to give into your circumstances, especially when you're missing your best player, and they didn't, and so they battled and stayed pretty even with them. In this instance, I think you've got to leave her in, only because they may spread it out, and it may be too late by the time you come back in the fourth quarter to be able to do anything.
Well, Heritage is going to get the get the basketball first. Sometimes the games look like football games.
Well, there were 2 or 3 plays.
They'll get the basketball to begin the third. Davis again, the 21 points, leading all scores. And so they're going to open up in the zone here.
1-3-1. And 1-3-1, typically you don't get it in the middle like they just did. So
drive baseline there by Marshall. Well, this is certainly to make sure that you can keep Crane from getting the foul, but an offensive rebound put back good by Geary.
Absolutely. And you know the way that zone ended up playing out, I'm not sure it was a 1-3-1.
It's hard to tell, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Shots off the mark and an offensive rebound there by Covenant Christian.
3.
There you go. That'll be Reichert again. She now has 12.
Very nice shot.
Lead at 13. The entry pass. Boy, they could have gotten Crane right there.
That one might have been number 4 off early. It might be a 1-3-1 only because you saw that diagonal pass get there.
Geary was the one who had the ball down low. Little floater, no good by Marshall. So now they can cut into that lead even further. Crane almost got, in fact, she got away with a little push there.
She did.
She's living dangerously, isn't she?
I'll tell you, she's trying to do it all. Oh, nice scoop.
Yeah, that's Hoffman.
Coach, we got an 11-point game.
Man, just like that.
Or 13-point game. Oh.
There you go.
Davis just got stripped.
7 turnovers.
No, it is an 11-point game.
It is. They're right back in this game here in the third, scoring the first, in fact, 5 of the first 7 points. Crane off the glass.
That's what I was talking about. She can just finish under pressure.
Yeah.
She's always on balance. She's never off balance.
So all of a sudden, it's now down to a 9-point lead. Covenant right back in this one. Here is a 3, another air ball.
And Crane gets the rebound, kicks it out.
Jones, by the way, shot the air ball.
Oh.
There's number 16. All by herself at the other end, and good as Marshall now has 8.
It was a nice pick at the top.
Well, they went on a 7-2 run to get right back in it. Back to 11 now.
And bad pass.
2 straight turnovers.
Yeah, there wasn't much of an angle there to make that pass.
You know, I got to tell you, though, as games I've been doing this year, I don't see a lot of players getting a better angle sometimes to try to get that pass where they want it to go.
You know, I think, well, there goes a bad pass by best player on the floor. I think that, you know, girls basketball, though, people attempt to do a lot of things that maybe they shouldn't.
Right.
You know, and you know, as coaches, we don't want to stifle that, but at the same time, silly mistakes can drive you crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
And get you out of the game quickly, can it?
Or let somebody back in one really quick. Another 3 going up.
Yep. Here is Hoffman, no. So they were 1 and done, and that one still only down by 11.
Oh, nice. Another 3 going up.
Well, they have just not been able to hit the 3, though.
But like I said, it's not going to stop them from taking them.
Yeah, they're taking a bunch of them.
I think we got away with a travel there, but it was a nice finish.
Yeah, Frost now with 4. They have hit just 1 3, and I haven't been keeping track how many they've shot, but like you said, they're at least in double digits.
Oh, I'm sure it's 13, 14, 15.
So if my math is correct, that's less than 10%, which probably isn't a really good percentage.
Well, we'd prefer you not to shoot it as a coach, if that's going to be your percentage.
Now, please step inside the line. Here's a 3 the other way off the mark, and Crane with a rebound.
There you
put
go.
Back, yes, and she'll go to the line.
I will say this in the kids' defense, Heritage is hitting 30% for the season from three-point line.
Yeah.
So
true.
I mean that's certainly.
Look at Crane.
Like I said, she is just a really solid player, and now you see why Coach Neitz rolls the dice in the first half.
Yeah.
You know, because with her in there, it makes a big difference.
No doubt about it. By the way, tonight's game brought to you in part by Pat Cherry Insurance Agency. We suggest you contact his team for all your insurance needs, whether it be family, car, business, or home. They're an insurance company to serve you. For more information, give them a call at 317-894-7000. The timeout on the floor. Ella Crane will go to the line for the first time. She has 4 points now here in the third. Chance to get that deficit down to 10 once again. Heritage, by the way, into the coaches poll this week. They got some votes. Not in the top 10 yet, but they're getting close.
They're a really solid team, and they're young enough that you think that they're going to really grow as the season goes on.
Yeah. So you see Crane, the senior, still playing with those 3 fouls, and we saw it earlier. She might have picked up number 4 at the other end of the floor, the official holding back on it. And that's good news for Covenant, down by 10.
I believe she's hit for 7 this half already.
So now, Heritage with the basketball. Davis, who had 21 at halftime, has not scored so far here in this quarter.
This zone has really stifled Heritage a little bit.
Yeah, they got 9 turnovers now. As Covenant, a giving team, they've given it away 18 times. Davis from about 14 good.
But, you know, it is the season.
It is. They've been given a lot.
Yeah.
I'm sure the coaches might argue with you on that one. I'm not giving right yet.
Well, that was a really nice finish by Davis.
Heritage had gotten it under 10.
A really nice step over there. They're going to call that.
Yep. That'll go against Frost. That is only her first.
If Frost takes a little different angle, then they're not going to give her that foul.
Yeah, that's right. Step down there, get on that baseline, right?
Mm-hmm. And even if you don't get completed to the baseline, you force them to the line.
That's right. Use that as your other defender.
Exactly.
Yeah. Coming up on 3 minutes here in the third. Covenant still hanging right in there.
Did you notice Frost then? She got all the way over.
Crane.
Over there, and that is on Davis, I think.
If it is, it's her third. Yep. So
again,
Mai with 3.
Crane gets the ball, gathers herself, and then goes out.
Yeah, exactly. And she does play pretty well with her back to the basket.
Very well. And again, what she is under control all the time.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sure, you know, I would like her handling the ball as much as she does outside, only because I really want to see her finish underneath.
Yeah.
And it's hard to do both.
So Crane having a very good quarter. She is perfect from the line, 3 of 3.
And pretty form.
So the lead at 10. Again, as you said earlier, this zone really messing with Heritage a lot. That one is off the glass, good, and the point will go to Kernan.
No, and I thought they had a pick-off there. Okay.
Back the other way, that's Gamble. Gamble feeds inside. She has not shot the ball at all tonight, and they now get the 19th turnover. Well, you don't want this thing to get away now so late in the third quarter. There you go. That'll be Frost.
Yeah, that was a nice little hesitation move.
Well, you had it down to 10, and now it's back to 14.
That's when you're playing a good team, turnovers are going to end up killing you.
Yeah.
And the last couple times down, they've turned it over, and Heritage is finished.
Short jumper in the lane, no good. One and done.
It can stall momentum.
I'll stay right here. Rodemaker was the one who missed the shot at the other end of the floor. That'll be Davis, who will inbound the basketball with 1:51 to go here in the third.
Let's see what they do here.
Off the inbound, the 3, good. There's Marshall.
Well,
she's, by the way, hit both 3s.
Well, not a surprise because she shoots it pretty well. And, you know, if you shoot enough like they had today, odds are
one of them's going to go in?
Yeah.
Drive
nice
inside.
drive.
There she is again, Crane.
See, this is driving Coach Wiseman crazy because you know her scouting report. She's saying the same thing about Crane we are.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so you give her the baseline. Oh, and there's a foul on somebody. It's got to be on 10 probably.
Yeah, you had the turnover on Heritage, and then Reichert picks up the foul. See, I thought there was some football action in here somewhere. That was close. Take a look at this one.
They both do have good football programs.
They do?
Yeah.
Freeth will come back in.
Okay, so it's down to 11, and now it's back up to 15, and Heritage has the ball.
So now Hoffman back in as well. Hoffman played with those 3 fouls. Boy, Davis turned it over. Quickly back the other way, and
That's
again.
on Davis.
Yep, we're going to see Crane go to the line. Davis, I believe, just picked up number 4.
No.
Nope, they're going to change it, yeah. We're going to get Kernet. That's her 4th.
She's fortunate because she just, instead of stepping over, she reached.
Yeah.
And she got lucky.
A rare miss. In fact, that's the first miss of the night by Ella Crane. Jones back in. Lead will stay at 15. One more here for Crane, and can't go.
Both.
A couple of crucial ones there.
Mm-hmm. They really needed those.
So now less than a minute to go.
Oh, nice interception. It's good reaction.
2-on-1 break back the other way, and coming back is Davis to get the block. Well, we mentioned the 19 turnovers by Covenant. We have 12 turnovers the other way, and we've got a timeout.
If I'm doing my math, that's 31.
We're getting close, Coach. We're getting real close. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Jack's Donuts. Jack's has great donuts made and served fresh every day. Plus, they have great tasting coffee. Make sure you stop by Jack's Donuts at 9105 East 56th Street or Jack's in your neighborhood. Jack's Donuts, the official donut of IndianaSRN. Take a look at Heritage right there.
I'll tell you, you got to give Covenant a lot of credit. They're just battling.
Yeah, they are.
They're just battling. And as a coach, sometimes it's all you can ask for. Just battle. Try your best. Do your best.
Yeah, and the thing is, bottom line, they could have been blown out in that first half easily.
Absolutely. And Heritage has had streaks of really good basketball. I mean, they're a solid basketball team.
Yeah, they do have to cut back on some of the turnovers they've had. Been kind of careless turnovers at times tonight.
Let's see what happens. Goes Crane.
Yeah, Crane loves that block down there. There was contact, didn't get the whistle, but getting the offensive rebound, and to the line will be Maddock.
I think that was one of the few times when Crane's had the ball where she wasn't 100% under control.
Yeah.
So I don't think the officials were going to give her a call there.
By the way, Maddock, first trip to the free throw line.
Nice shot.
And she's on the board.
It's really soft going up there.
They've been to the free throw line 18 times tonight.
Wow.
I know. On the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They've been there 10, but 18 times. Wow, that is a lot.
That's end game's not over.
You can see Covenant really extending their defense, and then Davis hits the jumper.
You notice Davis set up in the middle there.
Yeah, that was a little different look, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. That has to be a travel.
Yep. There's number 20. We're at 32 total. We put the magic number at 35. Just out of curiosity at the beginning of the game, and we're getting close.
Yeah. It's a game that when both teams are really working hard, you're going to get a few more turnovers.
Drive down the lane, shot no, put back no, and we have made it to the end of period number 3. Heritage leading it by 15.
Good sportsmanship there.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
Take a look. You know, the one thing you got to love when there's Christmas music on, the players are going to dance, Coach.
I love it. I love it. Yes, and they're doing it well.
Yes.
You know, some schools seem to have more rhythm than others.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, there's Christmas music on the IndianaSRN 24/7.
I love me some Christmas music.
Yeah. By the way, we have more games coming up. We'll get a chance to talk about some of the games still coming up Friday, Saturday. We have several games. Covenant hanging right in there here in the fourth quarter. Crane has been able to stay in there with only 3 fouls. She did not pick up a foul in that quarter.
Oh, that's actually a nice pass that Crane just made there. Maybe a little hard for how close she was, but it was a good look.
I would venture to say the player that was down on the baseline was thinking she was going to shoot it. Wouldn't you think?
Just 85 or 90% sure.
So now after the 21st turnover now by Covenant, the Heritage will enter underneath.
Another 3.
Well, that's a high arcer.
That's off of Covenant. Yeah.
By the way, Casey Frost was looking for the 3 there.
Is that off of Heritage or Covenant?
I'm going to say it was off Covenant.
Okay.
So Heritage basketball as we are in the fourth quarter, still a 15-point lead.
Looks like a 2-3 zone right now.
Well, it's causing some problems up until that foul by Reichert.
Some really good scrappiness on Covenant's part.
Well, they can afford to gamble a little bit now because, again, Crane has 3, Hoffman has 3, and they played with 3 that entire third quarter.
I think that for them to get back into this game, they're going to have to go full court sooner or later, and sooner rather than later even.
And take some chances, too.
Take some chances. And then you can't worry too much about how many fouls anybody has.
Yeah. Heritage a little more deliberate with the basketball. They had turned the ball over a few times in that third. This shot's on the way and missed. That was Marshall once again. Well, the one thing you got to do now if you're Covenant, do not turn the ball over. Every possession is going to be a huge key.
You virtually have to score every possession. Oh, nice drive.
Didn't quite finish. Hoffman. Yep, she has 6 tonight. So how will Heritage attack a defense that's been bothering them? Davis missed the 3. The offensive rebound by Frost, and they get it back.
Nice head and shoulder. There we go. Up. Nice drive. Nice drive.
Marshall to the line for just the second time. Maddock will pick up her second foul. We mentioned 18 free throws shot by Covenant. We're in double digits again for Heritage Christian. We've been shooting free throws. In fact, they didn't shoot a free throw in the third. So this is their first one since halftime when Maya Davis shot all 4 and made all 4.
You know, part of that, though, is the number of three-pointers they've put up.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, when you penetrate the ball, you obviously have more of a chance going to the free throw line.
Second one is missed. By the way, Davis still leads all scorers with 25. Stays at 16 here in the fourth. Covenant having a hard time finding a shot they want as Gamble will throw it away.
Over and back.
Yep. Gamble, by the way, hasn't scored tonight. She hasn't even shot the ball that I know of.
You know, I couldn't tell for sure. I'm going to take a real close look next. I'm not sure Heritage wasn't in the zone then.
Well, we know that Covenant stays in that extended zone that they're in, and there's another turnover the other way.
That's unforced. It just didn't catch the ball.
Yeah, the idea is to catch.
Yeah. Okay, so now, so Heritage is full court.
For Heritage, by the way, 13 turnovers in the ball game, but there's another one the other way, and that's going to lead to 2 points by Frost.
Really nice pass by Davis there.
23 turnovers now for
And there's another
Covenant.
turnover.
Yep. Another unforced one.
Yeah, and that's going to be taken out underneath the basket.
Yeah, you get to 24 turnovers. That's 24 extra possessions for the other team. That
makes it a little more difficult.
It really is tough. I don't think you can draw much up on that one.
No. There's a play, out of bounds play, every team in the state of Indiana runs.
Yeah.
Oh, my. Another steal.
Well, right when you thought maybe Covenant might make a little bit of a sting in the fourth quarter. They had playing good defense and such, but those turnovers just killing them.
Yeah.
That ball hits off the guide wire up top. It'll go over to Covenant.
Heritage is playing more deliberate now, and so Covenant's going to have to pick up the pressure a little bit because as deliberate as they are, they're just not going to have enough time to get back in this game unless they do.
And they're going to need that player right there, Ella Crane, to really turn it on.
Very intelligent ball handling move there.
There's a blocking foul at the other end on Casey Frost. I have her for 2.
Crane should be going to the line, I think.
I think I see it's number 6.
Okay,
so we'll be number 6 on Heritage. We've gotten into the 5-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Heritage looking for win number 6 on the year. Covenant trying to avoid the 7th loss. And
there's number 7.
Yep. I think they got
5, I think.
Yep. So that'll be.
Now those types of fouls that just drive coaches crazy.
Kernet, by the way, picked up the foul.
Yeah, if you're Heritage, the last thing you want to do is stop the clock by putting teams on the free throw line.
Exactly. Both teams heading toward the benches. I'm not sure why, because I don't think there was a timeout called. They just had to get Kernet out of the ball game. She had fouled out. Finished tonight with 4 points.
Back in the past, before they really limited the amount of time, teams would go over to their benches during the time they're replacing a player that fouled out.
Yeah.
Now you got to do it in like 10 seconds.
Yeah. We're going to make it quick.
Yeah.
Free throw missed. Back over to Heritage, and they
nice
turn
steal.
it over.
Good anticipation, good steal.
Went off the leg of Davis right there. By the way, 14 turnovers now by Heritage. Well, I think that you would agree with me that Heritage, as good as they can be, if they play a really, really good basketball team, they're going to have to cut down those turnovers. So,
there's no question, and I'm pretty sure that will probably be an emphasis in practice tomorrow.
Yeah.
Coach is not going to ignore that fact, and there are turnovers that are understandable, and then there are the turnovers that drive you crazy.
By the way, that foul was called on Casey Frost. And Gamble goes to the free throw line for the first time. Back in the lineup will be Molly Eckel, the 5'7" senior now for Heritage.
Nice shot.
This fourth quarter could take a long time here with the amount of fouls that are building up. Good news, Covenant only has 3 so far.
Well, that could change if they start putting him on the free throw line. That could very well change. Okay, so somebody just called another timeout?
Yep, I believe a timeout on the floor is going to be called by Heritage. It's a full timeout. We'll take a timeout as well with Heritage leading.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
See the huddle there for Heritage Christian with the 51-35 lead. They were the ones that called the timeout. At this stage, if you're Heritage, you don't want to foul a lot here late. Run some clock on offense, try to get a good look, get this game over with, move on to your next game. So was that maybe the discussion there in the timeout more than anything? Just take care of the ball too?
I would think so, and I would think they might pull it out a little bit to make Covenant come out of that zone.
Yeah.
And let's see what we're doing here. They're playing man now.
Yeah, they really much at this stage going to have to gamble a little bit.
Yeah. Nice step over defensively.
Here's a 3 on the way, good, and they work that to perfection. Jones on the board for the first time. So now Covenant back the other way. Shots off the mark as Reichert couldn't get it to go.
That was a tall order there.
Davis wisely brings it back out. We're now past the halfway point. See, I think that's what they talked about, Coach.
Exactly.
If it's not a really good look here, you don't shoot it.
And I think that there's going to be a time where they're only going to go to the free throw line.
Yeah.
Okay.
4th on Hoffman.
And
I think that's only the fourth team foul, yeah.
So they may want to commit a couple quick fouls just to get to the point where when they have to start putting them on the line, it's there.
Well, Ella Crane able to step in there, the 15th turnover. Ella will take it herself, can't get it to go on the rebound, pulled down by Marshall. Well, had the thought, right thought?
Absolutely, absolutely.
What about the 3 there?
Yeah, notice they pulled it out, though. And there goes a... You probably don't tell Davis to not shoot the ball in the lane.
Yeah, probably not. Crane may have gotten away with the travel on the last play and maybe even a little shove off as the 3's missed by Hoffman.
Okay, now they're walking it up a little bit. There we go.
We'll call that foul out front against Hoffman. If that is her, that's going to be number 5.
She's going over to the bench, so I assume it is.
She ran over there.
She did. She knew. She knew.
Don't you kind of hang around a little bit, Coach, and enjoy the moment for a little bit instead of running over to the bench?
Oh no, not that instance. No, that
not in your teams.
No, you want to bring out attention to yourself. Yeah.
So Hoffman is out.
I'll tell you, Marshall's been really good tonight.
There's a drive by Frost down the lane, got it to go. Frost in double figures with 10.
Tell you, Coach, I like her. I think she's going to be a really good player.
So the lead is ballooned now to 21 here in the fourth quarter. Crane on the drive and a blocking foul on Frost. It's going to be number 4 on her.
Crane's had a nice second half. Of course, she's been able to play a lot of minutes, and that's helped.
Yeah, she had 10 in the quarter. She had not scored so far yet in this quarter, but 14, or take that back, 12 on the night.
You got to give Covenant a lot of credit. They got off to a little bit of a lead, but then Heritage went on a big run, and for some teams that would have put them away.
Yeah.
And Covenant's battled the whole game.
Yeah, they had think about it. You lose Ella, and you're still trying to find some points. You get Hoffman in foul trouble, and then Reichert was able to step up for you big, and you kind of hung around, but you just don't have enough firepower when she's out of the ball game.
Well, you're absolutely right, and they give them credit for hanging around, without a doubt.
Ella able to get the rebound on the miss. That foul's going to be on Ritz.
That was a nice follow by Crane. Very nice follow.
Ritz will pick up her second, so Ella Crane back to the line again.
Coach Weissman is looking and saying, okay, who missed that block out?
I know they'll have it on film tomorrow.
Yeah, they will. The shooter should be the easiest person to block out.
Exactly. That's one thing about doing the film sessions is you can't hide anywhere, can
you?
No. The coaches point look what you did wrong here.
No, and there's sometimes where players see the same play run over and over and over again.
Yeah.
It makes them feel
You want to see it again?
Yeah.
That rewind button works really well. Second free throw was missed.
I don't think you understand what I'm trying to tell you.
That's right. That three is in and out by Jones. Stays right here. I bet by the end of the film session they understand, don't they?
Very well.
Yeah.
Very well.
And then they feel like you're picking on them, don't they?
Yes.
Because I am.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter whether it's girls or boys.
That's right. Foul's going to be called on 11, which is Rademacher, excuse me.
The Covenant's putting a lot of pressure on the ball. I mean, Heritage is not trying to score, really.
Yeah, that's only, team foul 5?
Yeah. They still got one more to give before it's 1-on-1.
And you're right, Heritage just trying to run some clock here. If they get a layup, I'm sure they'll take it. But Davis able to throw it off the glass. I think she thought she was going to get called for a travel.
The defender did a nice job getting her hand on the ball, which threw Davis off a little bit. And then Davis was able to finish. Tough shot. Oh, nice follow.
And one. That's Reichert.
I really like Reichert. She's had a nice ball game.
Yeah, she's got 14.
Again, she's their second leading scorer, averaging 8. But 14 on a night when Crane was out of the game for a while is big.
Yeah. Yeah, she ended up going to the free throw line, 8 times in the second quarter. So back to the line, trying to complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way, and it's good.
Nice free throw. Now they're pressing. But obviously, the chances of you coming back in this instance is not good. However, you never want your team to give in.
Yeah. Coach, I got to tell you, there's that little area right near the midcourt line, on each side of the floor. There ought to be a box right there, and you don't go there, please. Like you said earlier, they can dribble through it, that's fine, but they always seem to go there and stop.
Well, interesting thing is the defense knows that as well.
Yes, they do.
So the defender is typically right there to help them stop.
Let me ask you, and boys and girls do this, but I hate to say it, mostly girls do it. They get across that half-court line and they think, I'm safe, and all of a sudden they go there and they just stop. It's something psychological, or?
I wish I could tell you. Because all coaches emphasize the very same thing.
That's right.
It's just not, most of the time you'd like to keep the ball in the middle of the floor.
Yeah.
Now there are times when they're taking that away that you might very well go down the sideline. But you're not going to stop 3 feet from the center court line.
Yeah. That'll drive coaches nuts. Here's a shot on the corner.
Nice
Good.
Three. Again, give Covenant credit, not giving in.
By the way, Gamble, her first basket.
Nice.
A lot of contact there in the backcourt. No whistle.
Well, I think they're going. Of course, if I'm Covenant, I'm probably not going to commit a foul in this instance.
Yeah. Just playing good defense and finish it out, right?
Yeah. Don't give in, but don't foul. I mean, there's no 16-point play in a 35-second game.
Nice play there by Marshall to bring it back out, and then Davis down the lane, good. Davis, 29 points.
Really nice night.
So winding it down here, the final 10 seconds of this one, and Heritage is going to pick up their 6th win of the year.
And Riker fittingly gets that last shot.
So that's going to do it. As the final score, Heritage Christian 61, Covenant 43. And again, with Heritage picking up the win, they're now 6-2. Covenant falls to 3-7. Your final thoughts on this one here tonight, Coach?
I was really impressed with Heritage and a couple of the runs they made. They're really a good offensive team. And honestly, if they had hit any kind of a percentage from three-point line, it might have been a real different score. I was real impressed with Covenant. They never ever quit. They didn't give in. And they just fought the entire game. Congrats to both teams. And this is one of the things I like to see as a Christian school coach, both teams huddling around the center court and getting ready to pray.
Yep, love it as well. By the way, Davis, 29 points, 13 by Marshall, 10 points by Frost. And on the other side, Reichert, 15, and Crane finished with 14. Thanks to the entire crew for being with us here tonight. Thank you for joining us as Heritage picks up the win, 61-43.